It takes sometimes months to get your answer. 3 weeks with a bank where he banks, still doesn't have an answer yet. And if he needed the money yesterday, well, what good is that to have access to something without answers? And so we give answers as well. So that's why we exist, right?
When banks say no, we say yes. Start now. It's quick and easy. Fill a short form, upload minimal docs, get personalized offers quickly, and receive funds often the same day. Use capital to grow, restock, or payroll. Opportunities don't wait, neither should you. Act now to secure the capital you need. Apply now.
So we're serving all the unavailable businesses. They can't get it at their bank, right? But only by helping a business get healthier. We present it, and we've got an experienced team who can pivot while they're talking to the client and help them modify the funding, get the funding, understand the funding, have it from an emotional perspective, the funding better, or caution them if they see something, red flags. They'll even caution the client because we're looking out for the client's best interest. And then when we present that offer, they go out of their way to present the offer in an educated way so that it's understood. And if it's a good fit, they move forward. If it's not, both sides part ways. And maybe it's a better fit down the road. Maybe they got to do a couple things to improve their business, right? So that's why we do what we do. And that today's story is from limited to unlimited. Let's pivot right into the funding story, because this funding story goes on the side limited, right? It's unrelated to the message, but using the word, I want to go through what Wade sent us this morning from the funding team, because this is the spectacular stuff that we do every day that I'm always excited to do. And sorry, when I got that text, I closed my email, so I got to find Wade's email. But that's what we do. We go out there and we help. And then our internal team, what a team. If you saw the Michigan Wolverines win, they were up by like 20, but the best play of the game that I love most, that I'll talk about for decades, is when the coach's son got in the game, and he never plays, he's like a third stringer, got in the game, and he hit a three-pointer with like a minute to go in the game, and the bench went nuts. If you haven't seen it, you will. The entire team was jumping up and down, throwing their towels in the air. They had more enthusiasm than when Connecticut hit the winning shot to win the game. They didn't need that shot for anything, but what a team. And that's how I feel about our funding team. They will do everything they can to get a client for you. And we know that you're doing everything you can to get a client to apply. And this story is an example of from limited to unlimited. Client operates a high-risk e-commerce business. Problem one, e-commerce high risk, no brick and mortar. We can still fund them. Second risk, they don't take credit cards. Huh? What kind of online business doesn't take credit cards? They only deal in Zelle. That becomes risky. Why? Well, why don't they have credit card processing? There's risk there. Sometimes you're scamming things. Not in this case, but people who don't take credit cards do that to protect themselves if they're bad actors. So that becomes risk number two. Risk number three, their sales have been kind of ups and downs. In fact, they were 50% March what they were in February. That means declining sales. That scares the heck out of an underwriter, right? But with that, they were trying to purchase a bunch of Legos. You know what Legos are. They're in the wholesale business. They wanted to buy a truckload of Legos to resell at an inventory discount. They could get a real good deal. They were trying to get $75,000. We got them $66,000. Hey, pretty close. Now, limited. Why do I say limited? Limited in this case, the underwriters know what you can afford and what you can't afford. Don't you think if the underwriters give you a $100 daily payment, you can afford it? Because if you can't, they lose all their money. If a business is given a payment, they may think it's hard. One word of encouragement I always give them is, keep in mind, the people who made this decision have looked at thousands of applications. They underwrite for a living. They don't give payments you can't afford. Just so you know that. They don't give payments you can't afford. Now, if sales go down, you can't afford it. But the good news is you could call and they'll modify the payment for you because your sales went down. Isn't that awesome? So if sales go up, you win. If sales stay the same, you can afford it. Maybe tight. But they wouldn't say you can afford 8% of your sales for a payment if you can't, because they're the ones who lose the money, not you. You can't make a payment. They lose the 50 grand, right? 66 grand in this case. But when it went to the final, the client accepted it, but when it went to the final funding call, they realized March sales were 50% down. That scares an underwriter. Wait a minute. Are you going to even have any sales in April? How are you going to pay this back if your sales are going down instead of up? That's a scary, could you imagine? Would you loan a business money whose sales were half this month from last month and they might be go down again? I mean, why are they down? You can't look at their credit card processing statements to see their norm. Why? Because they don't take credit cards. They're an online, can't see the brick and mortar because they're an online business. It's just high risk. But you know what our funding team, Matt, part of our funding team, his name's Matt, not Matt DeHame, a different Matt. Matt got on the phone and talked to the client to understand the business better. Why are the sales getting down? This is what I mean by team. This is where we all jump and throw our towels in the air, just like the Michigan Wolverines did. Matt jumps on the phone and talks to the client at length and figures out what he's trying to do and says, hey, listen, we've got this thing's called stage funding. We don't want to decline this deal. Our lender wants to give you the money, but they can't give you near the $60,000 anymore because your sales are down. You can't afford it. You can't afford the payment. See how we do that? They know what you can afford and can't afford, but you can afford a payment for $27,000 funding. So we'll give you $27,000 today. And if this purchase can help increase your sales, we can give you more money, staggered funding, staged funding in the future. Would that work? And the client says, yes, that'll work. It funded Friday night, $27,000. Approved Friday.
Simple 5-minute application. Often approved the same day. Cash in your account when you need it most. Fast deposits, immediate relief. Funding from $10,000 to $2 million. Designed for growing businesses. No collateral required. Fair credit. Okay, no lengthy approval waits. Just a 5-minute form. Our concierge services will guide you every step of the way. Better service, easier approvals, rated excellent on Trustpilot, hundreds of satisfied businesses, flexible credit, only 4 months in business, retail services, healthcare, and more.
Why choose the Bank Breezy platform for your small business financing needs? We grant access to the industry's leading lenders, ensuring you receive the best offer with our one-stop best offer approach. We assess the overall health of your business, not just your credit score. Through our user-friendly online process, you can receive multiple offers within a matter of hours and, in most cases, get funded on the same day. The lenders on the Bank Breezy funding platform are eager to support small businesses. Whether your small business requires anywhere from $5,000 to $2 million, or if you're a gig worker in need of $500 to $5,000, we are here to assist you. And for those moments when you need working capital urgently, our platform offers a lightning fast, up to $10,000 in less than 10 minutes funding option. Get approved and funded within minutes, not hours. Bank Breezy is your trusted partner in small business financing.